What is up, guys? This is MithrandilPlays, and you've seen the title. You ought to know who is the best Warzone player. But before we get into that, I just like to ask you to subscribe if you haven't already done so. Like the video if you do like it. Follow my Twitter, link in the description. But let's get right into the video. So, finding who is the best player of any game is pretty difficult. And I'm here to tell you statistically who it is. So, statistically, I've derived a formula to find out who's the best player. So for this data set, I'm only taking into account players who have played in Keemstar's Warzone Wednesday and won a game in the knockout rounds. I'm not taking any of the, scrubs who get knocked out first round. No offense. But we're not counting them. And I made a formula which has their win percentage, so wins over total games, times the number of tournaments to weigh out a good run of form. So by this ranking, we have Merc, Josh OG, and Diego Soros in first place, followed by Nick Mercs and Swag. Then we have Vic and Wars. Followed that, we have Bobby Puff, Tomini, then Ninja, and TP. This is one way of ranking it, and I think it does a pretty good job of encapsulating their form. Josh OG and Diego Soros have been insane. They've won 2 tournaments, I think it is, 3 tournaments. I didn't take it into account week 1 because there wasn't a data set for that. Just want to throw it out there. Ninja and TP both performed middling, but have been doing very consistently over a period of time, which is why they're ranked fairly highly. But there are other ways of ranking them. Another way of ranking them is by their average place over Warzone Wednesdays, which isn't a very good indicator of skill because it's very easy to fluke your way into a final or something. But by this ranking, we have Josh OG and Diego Soros once again up there with the average place of 1, followed by Huskers. Then we have Bobby Puff and Tomini with an average place of 1.5. Then TSM Albrali and with an average place of 2. Then Symphony, Doug with 2.5. Vic and Wars are down with the average place of 3. And Ninja down with 3.25. I only ranked like the best players for this. And I think it's a worse ranking than the other one. Like, combining the two, we get a ranking which sees Josh OG and Diego Soros be the best players over the entirety of Warzone Wednesday. But to be fair, they've only played in 3 tournaments, and only 2 are taken into account in this data set. Obviously, they performed insanely in those 2 tournaments, but I don't think that's a very accurate indication of their performance. A more accurate indication could have been this week's Warzone Wednesday. So if you're wondering, I calculated all the data before the last tournament, which was today. That tournament has now passed, and I just quickly found out the kills per game for each of the top players in that tournament. So, ranking their kills per game, we have Wars with kills per game of 13.45. In second place, we have Cloaksy with the average of 11.7 kills per game. Then Aiden with an average of 10.7. Then we have Nadeshot with an average of 9.7. So there's a lot of variety. If you're wondering, Vic has a 9.5 average kills per game. Other notable players, we have Merc with 9.3, Huskers 9.7, 9.8 almost. And then we have TP with 9.3. I think those are some pretty notable players to mention there. But overall, combining the data sets, I think it's clear to see that I think the best player is Wars. He has one of the highest average kills per game of any professional player. He's insane if you just watch his gameplay. Here's a clip. And he's won Warzone Wednesday twice, along with his partner Vic, of course. But I do think Wars is the Warzone GOAT. Thank you for watching, and once again, like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, please subscribe if you feel inclined to do so, like the video if you want to, and follow my Twitter. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
They can't hold us back, we on another level. Yeah, it's that new age, ain't it something special? Yeah, we gon' change the game.